5 seconds. Succinctly, the relevant facts which require to be noticed for deciding the core controversy involved in the instant writ petition and emanating from the record are that in the wake of general Gram Panchayat election, the petitioner was elected as a Sarpanch of Gram Panchayat of village Amir Shah district, elected their own Sarpanch. In order to fulfill their evil design, respondent numbers 5 to 7 approached the block development and Panchayat officer and filed an affidavit to initiate no confidence motion proceedings against the petitioner on the ground that he did not enjoy confidence of majority of the Panches. An identical question came to be decided by a division bench of this court in case Mohinder Singh versus State of Punjab and others 2006 to RCR Civil 349, having interpreted the provisions of Section 19(2) and Section 9 of the General Clauses Act, it was ruled as under. Now, adverting to the second contention raised by the counsel for the petitioner that the notice issued to the petitioner did not give 7 clear days as envisaged in subsection 2 of the Act, we find force in the stand of the petitioner. Subsection 2 provides that the block development and Panchayat officer shall within a period of 15 days of the receipt of the said application convene a meeting of Gram Sabha by giving 7 clear days in notice for discussing and taking decision on the no confidence motion. The apex court has held that for calculating clear days, the first and last date should be excluded. The High Court has referred a reference where the expression was interpreted as not being less than 1 month. This court held that in order that a notice should be valid, the expression not being less than 1 month would mean that there must be notice of 13/30 clear days. This would be possible only if the first and the last day on which the notice is issued is excluded. Rather than helping the respondent, in our opinion, the said decision fortifies the view which we have taken, namely that the period specified is the minimum period. Not less than 1 month meant that 30 clear days notice had to be given, and it is only in order to ensure that 30 clear days notice is given that basing on Section 9 of the General Clauses Act, it was observed that the first and the last date should be excluded. Therefore, the notice issued on 25/8/2005 for 1/9/2005 does not give 7 clear days notice as envisaged under Section 19 of the Act. The meeting of 1/9/2005 thus cannot be said to have been legally held, and accordingly no confidence motion passed on that date is untenable. Accordingly, the same is set aside. However, it is directed that the respondents shall issue fresh notice of holding the meeting of no confidence after following due procedure as prescribed under the Act, and the same shall be held within 2 months from today. That means, in the present case, since no statutory notice of the meeting by given 7 clear days was given to the petitioner, so the impugned resolution annexure P2 passed against him is not only illegal but against the statutory provisions of the Act as well. The ratio of law laid down in the aforesaid judgment is fully attracted to the facts of the instant case and is the complete answer to the problem in hand. Therefore, the argument of counsel for the petitioner that the impugned resolution annexure P2 is illegal, arbitrary and against the statutory provisions of the Act has considerable force, and the contrary submissions on behalf of contesting respondents deserve to be and are hereby repelled under the present set of circumstances. No other legal point worth consideration has either been urged or pressed by the learned counsel for the parties. In the light of aforesaid reasons, the instant writ petition is accepted. Consequently, the impugned resolution annexure P2 is hereby set aside in this behalf. Needless to mention here that the natural consequences will follow accordingly.